Hey there, welcome back to Angry Bird. Look, I just made a video the other day, and apparently it's got more comments than any other thing I wrote out there. So I basically say billionaires shouldn't exist, and I stand by that. I don't think this world needs billionaires. I think billionaires are created in such a fashion, and then their wealth is made in such a fashion that it fleeces the rest of us. And there's these people that are bootlicking right now in my comments. They're bootlicking. And I'm not trying to say some of you don't have points. You got points. There are people out there that understand wealth. Okay? They understand it fully. And I'm not breaking it down in a single video for the whole world to understand wealth generation and my arguments against or for or whatever against billionaires. My point is that if you take the best of us in that one video, just the best of us, and you take the most dedicated craft and you spend your whole life, you start so far behind the people in the other class that even though you did all that work and you paid all those dues and you did all those things and you're out there helping people and you're making the top dollar that there is to make in our country, you're never going to achieve billionaire status. And you start so far behind them, you're 870 years behind them. And it's just a position thing. If I went to school today, if I'm just a middle class guy today and I went to school and I did all my dues, how do I go to get into medical school? Okay, I have to probably take a loan. All right, I mean, that's the facts. Maybe some will get a scholarship or whatever, but I probably have to take some big ass monster loan out. Then I got to spend the next 8 years doing that. And then when I'm done, I get my degree, I got to go into the field and I got to start doing the experience part side of it if I'm not doing it while I'm at school. It is a large career undertaking. I only know one person that went through all the steps, and I don't know them very well, but I know they're extremely smart when it comes to medicine. You know, it's like there's people out there that chimed in and said, yeah, if you think somebody does medicine just because they did it for 12 years, you know, whatever, they're brilliant. Well, they are in their field, though, is my point. In their field. These are the brilliant and best of us. And it took the longest to get there, and these are the highest paid people for a reason. When I say highest paid people, again, that service other people. So there's comments out there that talks about, you know, that's trying to tell me, you're not breaking it down enough on wealth, on the wealth side. You're just talking about wages. Well, that's the thing about wealth and wages. They're tied. They're tied in ways because our tax system promotes one above the other. That's a fact. If you're working hourly, salary, you're getting fleeced by taxes. If you're doing it the billionaire way, you're avoiding taxes altogether. People will argue, well, that's just being smart. It's being rigged, actually. It's being fucking rigged. Of course they're going to do it. Why wouldn't they do it? It's a loophole. Why not? Another way they do it, is they don't pay taxes on the money they actually spend. All right? They don't pay taxes on this shit. They borrow money. And when you borrow money, you don't pay taxes on it. So they grow wealth. They borrow against the wealth. They spend that borrowed money out. They don't pay taxes on it. So when you guys chime in about wealth, or you tell me I don't know, or you're not breaking it down, or you're not doing things, you're not explaining it enough. I'm explaining small perspectives. I'm giving it down to people that aren't in the class of investors like you guys all trying to chime in and that are trying to basically say, shut the fuck up, in your own little way. I don't care if you waste your time watching my videos or not. I don't care if you chime in or not. It's not up to me if you do that. That's up to you. You chimed in, you watched, you wasted your time. You spent the time in the comments, not me. I tried to comment on some of them, and they're just laughable at this point. They're fucking laughable. It's like you guys are bootlicking for billionaires. I mean, who the fuck bootlicks for a billionaire, man? And if you understood the system and you saw the level of corruption that just being a billionaire allows you, then you wouldn't want them to exist either. So somebody argued with me in the comments, and I totally fucking agree with this person. And I wish I could pull it up real quick and tell you who you are. But they made the point that if you made something and you sold this many, and shouldn't you reap the benefits? Yeah, because you made something, man, and you invented something, and you sold a product, and it. That's not what's happening, man. That's not what's happening, though. These guys are buying other people's fucking ideas. They're buying other people's fucking products. They're taking over ownership of things that are expanding when they're expanding, and they're expanding their wealth in the process. It's not a fair game when you could just go buy a company. It's a fair game if you have to make your own fucking company. Then it's a fair game. Then it's like, if you got to work from the ground up, you don't have a $300 million loan from daddy, to get started. If you have to do it from the ground up, then it's level. And if you make a product that outdoes everybody else, man, you absolutely should have all the rights to that fucking product. But here's the catch, man. At some point, if you become a billionaire, that kind of power is too much, man, in the hands of somebody. There are people that could probably have that kind of power and use it to do right. But the way they use it is not right, okay? Imagine growing up, if you're still with me. Imagine growing up in a world where you don't have to do dick ever. I mean, you're going to get bored. What future do you have? What future do you have? You're not trying to invent nothing. You're not trying to do anything. You're just trying to make more money, man. If you start at the base and you have to make your own company, you start at the level playing field, and you're fighting against everyone to your left and your right, and you're racing, and you got to invent yourself, and you're thinking and you're doing something, and you beat everybody out. I would go, man, you should reap the benefits. But once you've crossed the finish line on your death, should your kids inherit that wealth and never have to do a fucking thing? And then their kids and their kids because what we create is we create fucking monsters, man. We create monsters. We create people that are so fucking bored. To get out of their boredom, they do cruel things. They do weird shit, man. Let's go fucking shoot endangered species. Let's go into space. Let's do, people are in my comments saying, I envy this. I couldn't tell you anything to change your mind, to make you think I don't. But if you believe that, then why? I mean, who envies the shit I don't know how to explain it better than like Elon. None of his kids talk to him. None of them. He carries that one kid around, but I mean, the kid's what, 3, 4? None of them talk. They all hate him. You grow up, and you tell me you want to relive your life, relive it, but here's $1 billion, all right, or 400 billion. But none of your fucking people that you love unconditionally in your life, the people you brought into the world, at least you're supposed to. I can't tell if this guy does or doesn't love his kids. I can't. But that's not I don't envy that. That looks disheartening. I feel like I'd be crushed. Knowing how hated I was. Crushed. Knowing how, nobody wants to talk to me. These kids are out, my wife, ex-girlfriend or whatever has to fucking send me a text to tell me my kid's in trouble. I mean, what's there to envy on that? So just like you guys, I mean, damn, man. So you got to break it down a layer. Like, I have love in my life. I have love. He has worship, maybe. Probably has love too. Yeah, probably. But not like me. Not like me. I'm respected everywhere I go. Ain't nobody booing me. Ain't nobody fucking out to get me. Because everything I ever do in the world is good for somebody else. I never intend nobody fucking harm. These guys literally are calling people names. They're intimidating people. They're fucking marketing. Hey, I'm gonna bring you shit next year. I'm gonna bring you shit. And they're manipulating fucking stocks and everything. They're hosing all the little people, man. They shouldn't fucking exist. I mean, you can't bore people like that. Then they end up having little islands, little Epstein Islands, man, that they all need to go fly to go do their evil shit. Or they need to go to other countries like Romania that have less laws so they can do their evil shit. You know, billionaires conceal crimes. Poor people don't. Poor people don't fucking conceal crimes, man. Poor people go to fucking the January 6th riot with their phones on, being tracked the whole fucking time. Poor people don't conceal crimes. Rich people conceal their fucking crimes. Rich people buy judges. Rich people keep punting their shit, and then buy something to change the regulations, change the law so they don't get in trouble. Billionaires shouldn't exist because of the power that you get with that kind of wealth. How they get it matters as much as how they use it. I'm a firm believer that at some point it's just too much for a person. It's just too much for an individual. Enjoying wealth and being able to do anything anybody could do on the planet should be fucking enough. You shouldn't need 100 times that amount, 1,000 times that amount. It should never come to that. If you already have enough to do everything you could possibly fucking ever want to do, that should be enough. So now we got to the point where people could just drop $44 billion in a bucket, buy up a platform, and spread disinformation. There's a reason that I'm saying this shit. And I know there's people out there, they made the comments, and it's just laughable. I can't tell if you guys are robots, Russian bots, Elon hacks. I can't fucking tell, man. It's laughable though. But that one guy who said, if you made a product, I totally can get that, man. But what about just buying other people's shit and saying it's yours? Then is it okay? What if you never had to do anything? All you could do is do that your whole life. Just go buy other people's shit and ideas and just make money that way. Never have to really work for it, man. You just have to move your money around in a way. So when you talk about wealth creation in the comments, I get what you're saying. But if you're impoverished to get to the status that we're talking. It's damn near impossible. It's not impossible, but you have to be really elite. Really fucking elite. But if you're a rich bloke's kid, you don't have to be. You just buy something. Buy something and make the money. Buy that and make more money. Buy that and make more money. And that's the whole point. They don't have any motivation. Their motivation is just more. Their motivation isn't to try to create, invent, move things. Their motivation is more. And if you look at what's going on, they only get more. They've only been getting more, while at the same time, everyone under them has been getting less. So, love y'all. Hope this message reaches you. And if my stuff bothers you, man, I get it. But at the same time, I mean, if you're going to argue a point all the way and argue against what I'm saying. Don't bring up new shit to try to say, he doesn't know what he's talking. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just can't break it down in 20 minutes. I could break it down in like 5 hours with extended clips of things and dragging material in and showing you statistics and charts and giving you life experiences. I could break it down for you that way. But I'm breaking it down in short bits. I'm breaking it down for somebody who has no idea what the fuck you're talking about. When you chime in and go, this guy's billionaire envy, this guy's this, that, all the shit you guys are saying. But the guy's saying, hey, if I invented a product, anybody that I'm trying to talk to reading that would understand that one. They go, hey, man, what if I made something? I want to reap the benefits. I get that. But make something first. Don't just be a good gambler. Don't be a guy that can manipulate the market and the tweet and be at the right stage in the tweet so that you collect the money on which way it's going. I mean, why should that exist? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, love y'all. Have a great day.